Um, Good day, class. So I welcome you to another session of this course. So this is module 8, and I believe you all know that this is the 8th video for this course. So for this module, we'll be treating letter writing. So letter writing in English. And for the context of the module, we have the meaning of letter writing, the types of letter writing, the differences between a formal, informal, and semi-formal letter, and the principles of effective writing. So, letter writing is a traditional yet timeless form of communication that has been a cornerstone of human expression for centuries. It is a powerful means of conveying thoughts, emotions, and ideas to others, allowing individuals to connect with one another across distances and cultures. We should know that letter writing didn't just start yesterday or last year. It has been in existence for a very long time. Well, a well-crafted letter can evoke feelings of joy, provide comfort in times of sorrow, or simply serve as a thoughtful gesture to brighten someone's day. Whether it is a handwritten note or a formal business letter or a digital epistle, the art of letter writing has been a vital part of human communication. So now we'll move on to the meaning of letter writing. Letter writing is the exchange of written or printed messages. It is the process of composing a written message to a specific recipient, which can be done in physical or electronic formats for both formal and informal communication. A letter is written message conveyed from one person or group of people to another through a medium. So we have the types of letter writing. We have mainly the three types of letter writing in English. The first one is formal letter, while the second one is informal letter and semi-formal letter. So we'll be looking at it one after the other. Formal letter. Formal letters are letters written for official purposes. It is a letter written to an organization, a work of place, and so on. An official letter written to higher authorities or an organization, each or an higher organization. So moving on, we have a letter written by a student to the exam officer. So we'll be looking at the characteristics of a formal letter. We have one. A formal letter consists of two addresses, which are the sender and the receiver addresses. In formal letter, we'll be having the address of the receiver and that of the sender. Another one is that a formal letter consists of a title. Then a formal letter also consists of three paragraphs, which involve the introduction, body, and conclusion. So now moving on to the another type of letter writing, we have informal letter. This is just the direct opposite of a formal letter. And just as the name implies, informal letters are letters written to friends and family members. So for the characteristics of an informal letter, unlike formal letter, informal letter consists of one address, which is only the sender's address. In this type of letter, as we've said earlier, that formal letter consists of two addresses, and that is of the sender and that of the receiver. But in informal letter, the address of the sender is only needed. Sorry. So moving on, an informal letter consists of three paragraphs. And then in an informal letter, the use of slang is allowed. because these letters are written to mainly friends and families. So it is expected and allowed that the sender use some basic things or slangs. So we also have semi-formal letter. A semi-formal letter is a type of letter that is written in a tone that is between formal and informal. Just as the name implies, semi-formal letter. This type of letter is in the middle. We can say it is in the middle of formal and informal letter. It is typically used when writing to someone you know, but not very well. Or it is written in situations where a formal tone is not required. Here are some key characteristics of semi-formal letter. We have example of situation where semi-formal letters are used. We have one when you are writing to a teacher. Then another one is writing to a colleague or an acquaintance. Another one is writing to a business associate or client. Writing to a friend you haven't seen in a while. The differences, now we'll be looking at the differences between formal, informal, and semi-formal letter. We have one under the difference. We have purpose. Formal letter, the purpose of formal letter is for official business, professional or academic purposes, while the purpose of informal letter is mainly personal, social, or friendly purposes. And that of semi-formal letter is combination of formal and informal purposes, such as business with personal touch. So looking at the tone, the tone for formal letter is also professional, objective, and polite, very straightforward. While in informal letter, the tone is casual, friendly, and conversational. And in semi-formal letter, the tone is polite, friendly, and slightly formal. So let's move on now to another differences. Let's look at the language. The language used for formal letter is technical, complex, and precise vocabulary, while in that of informal letter is simple, conversational, and colloquial language. We're talking about language in semi-formal letter. It is said to be balanced use of formal and informal language. So now another difference is that we can look at is under this is based on the structure of the three types of letter. We have for formal letter we have the structure follows a strict format with a clear introduction, body, and conclusion. While in informal letter, the structure is seen to be a flexible one with a focus of conversational flow. And in that of semi-formal letter, the structure is balanced structure with a clear introduction, body, and conclusion, but with a more relaxed tone. So now another difference that we're looking at is the salutation. So informal letter, so its salutation uses formal title, e.g. Dear Mr., Dear Miss, Dear Mrs. or Doctor, and last names. While in informal letter, it uses first names or friendly greetings. Hi, hello, there, so. So now let's move on to the semi-formal. It uses a combination of formal and informal salutation, e.g. there, then the first name. So let's look at the principles of effective letter writing. One, we should know that letter is the first impression of any organization. Hence, enough care should be taken while drafting the letter. To write the letter effectively, following guidelines should be followed. That is, in order to write an effective letter, the following guidelines should be followed. So, we have one, planning of the letter. Two, completeness. We have conciseness, and we have consideration. So planning of the letter, a business letter should be planned properly. The writer should know what to say, how to say, to whom, when, and why. Before writing a letter, the writer should collect the required information, that is, make some necessary research before writing the letter. The completeness, the letter should be complete by all means. It should be complete in terms of content and structure. It should contain all the relevant and required details, depending on the subject of the letter. So now, conciseness, the letter should be concise. Every word should have its own value. Maximum information should be conveyed in minimum words. This is very important. Then let's look at the consideration. It involves stepping into the shoes of others. The writer should consider the receiver's viewpoints, mindset, etc. For this, the writer should adopt you attitude. You attitude does not mean using the word you instead of we or I. It means that the receiver must be made to feel important, which can be achieved by using your attitude. For example, instead of writing our bank also gives mobile banking, net banking facility to customers, the writer writes you will also get mobile banking. In conclusion, letter writing is a timeless art that continues to resonate with people across culture and generations. It has been in existence for a while, for a very, very long time. And just as music has the power to evoke emotions and bring people together, a well crafted letter can have a profound impact on the recipient, conveying thoughts, feelings, and ideas in a unique and personal way. Thank you. That will be end for this module.